Microphone check. Are we live? We're back. 2000 Ford Excursion, limited, 4x4, 7.3 Powerstroke turbo diesel. Now I've got a pretty cool story for you guys on these trucks, and we're trying to do a little morning video because tomorrow we don't know what the weather's going to be, and I do have a lot of property maintenance to do. The grass is out of control. It's been raining for a week, so I don't know what we'll get accomplished tomorrow or won't get accomplished tomorrow. What is AJ doing over there? Does he have somebody asking about the CTSV?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So he's probably getting it down for a video. All right, sorry about that, guys. So I got a pretty cool story on these, but this particular truck has a story of its own. So this is a 2000 Ford Excursion. Alvin has still not yet finished cleaning it, but we got it out. Christian's about to photograph it. Then it's got to go to service and inspection. But I've been telling you guys all week we'd get it, and we're going to get it. Just everybody's been running a bit behind because of the weather. This was a single owner truck. And he even said he was the only driver. Then one time he allowed a buddy to drive it while his truck was down for a couple of days. So that's pretty cool. But also on top of that, it was local, single owner, and the same maintenance guy maintaining it the whole time. A Ford certified technician that did it at the Ford dealer, and then after the fact did it privately for him. So always Ford technician maintained. 7.3 Powerstroke turbo diesel with 190 something, 195K. The seats he did have redone several years ago, because if you've ever owned anything of a Ford with a leather seat, once it starts to get 15, 20 years old, it does go to crap. Overhead console is not broken, is not cracked. Everything operates properly. Still got the original floor mats in the floor. The console lid is not broken. The radio still operates. It does have a trailer brake control. It does have a set of rear airbags. It does have an overload spring in the front. So you could run a little larger tire, but you don't have to. We did not do any kind of paint or undercoat underneath this truck. There was nothing to hide. If you look at the frame, it's just nice and clean. Next time you see it, when he finishes the detail, we will paint that. He even used the Rancho factory Ford FX4 upgraded shocks when he did shocks on this truck. The alloy wheels are not corroded. Everything is there. But here's a cool story. In late 99 or 2000, I was attending the auctions. I was a buyer at that time. So I've been buying for, I don't know, say my age, at that point, but I've been buying for 6 or 8 years. Yes, that put me younger than 16 going to the auction, which was kind of ironic, and today that would be something crazy to film. But I was a little scrawny, 100-pound kid, getting driven to the auction by one of my dad's friends to buy cars. But in the year late 99 or 2000, the Excursion came out. And I was at the auction, and that particular person, at that point I was able to drive. I had my big boy pants on. I was doing it on my own. I was even driving our tow truck to tow trucks back. Sometimes I'd be, say, in Harrisonburg. That's a 3-hour trip roughly. I'd go to the auction, be there at 9 o'clock in the morning, purchase all day, load up with 2, come home. Sometimes I'd double back and make that run all over again and get home at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and be back to work the next day. But, hey, I was trying to build up a little coin back then. But the guy I was riding with back in the day said, hey, I need you to do me a favor. There's an Excursion. I'd already seen it. Like, this thing was you might as well have landed a rocket ship in the parking lot of the auction at that time. The biggest, baddest SUV ever built. There was one sitting there with like 800 miles on it. The Ford dealer had sent it there, probably some bigwig Ford dealer, bought it for himself, then took it to the auction, still had the window sticker on the window of $38,000, which was a crazy pile of money. You can do a math conversion. We won't do it on this video, but there is a little thing you can plug in with inflation. But I can tell you, it felt like spending $200,000 today. If you do the math, it's really probably about $100,000 in today's terms, because that was 25 years ago. But it was a big chunk of money. He said, JW, I want to buy that truck, go up to 40. I'm like, that's more than the window sticker. This also tells you about the 450s and other things that we sell, because people think this over window sticker and supply and demand thing is new. It is not at all new. It was happening in 2000. It was happening before that with the PT Cruisers. It happened with everything that was kind of iconic. PT Cruiser was not iconic, but people thought it was. He said, go to 40. I'm like, dude, I don't know. He's like, you can put it on my account, because we didn't have the money to pay for it. We were buying $5,000 and $10,000 minivans. That was like 5 or 10 minivans back then. He said, I gotta have it, my wife wants it, go up to 40. Truck rolls in, the whole auction, I'm talking 12 lanes of auction, emptied out and everybody was in that lane. And here I am, still a young kid, 20-ish years old, standing in the lane, and they started at like 30, I guess. I was in, trying to be smooth, just doing a little head nod, you know, trying to fit in. One of the most, no, not one of, it was actually the most expensive thing at that time I'd ever bought, and I wasn't even buying it for myself. But it ended up going for $42,000.
Did you get it?
No, did not get it. 38,000 window sticker, still on the window. Go to 40. With 40, that would have been 41 with auction fees. But he said go to 40, it didn't matter. It went for 42. People were all over it. Like, it didn't do 100 increments, it didn't do 500 increments. It quickly went 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, and I was out. And it sold for 42,000. The following week, there was an XLT version that came through. We did end up buying that for like 38,000. Same deal, was a window sticker on it. It was about 3,000 over window sticker, maybe 4. So with fees, with transportation, it was say 5,000 over window sticker. So the over window sticker thing is nothing new, guys. But who knew that that truck would become so infamous and timeless? The 7.3 Powerstroke, great motor. A lot of people say, why did they replace it? I've got a whole video about that, and I actually want to get my Ford technician in on that because Dave was at Ford for 40-some years before coming to work for me. He retired, came to work for us. He doesn't do good on camera, so I got to warm him up. But everybody's like, oh my gosh, I wish they kept making the 7.3. It wasn't anything wrong with the 7.3. There was no reason mechanically they stopped making the 7.3. It was emissions. It was time for EGR valves, exhaust converters, and to meet those qualifications, Ford had to go to the 6-liter motor. There's more in-depth details to that and what the differences are. All of us thought it was going to be the greatest thing in the world. It was less noisy, it was more power. Turned out to be kind of a flop in the beginning. Now it's still a great motor. It's actually come back. It's made a good comeback. It's easy to build, make a lot of power motor, and they sound good. But 7.3 Excursions, 2000, 01, 02, and part year 03 are going to probably go down as the biggest, baddest SUV ever made. They did not have hardly any troubles. Some of them rusted, you know, unfortunately, that happened. Those running boards were a culprit of that by trapping dirt and debris. A little bit of paint insecurities, imperfections. You can see a little one right here that has been touched up, and we still got to, as part of Alvin, I'm gonna show it early, but he's got to build this up a little bit more, but it's a piece where the paint came off. So he's got to make that better. It will always have that imperfection, you just might not notice it. But other than that, the airbag fitting in the back, he's got to clean the bumpers up. A second spot right here that needs to be touched up. He's just done a first couple coats there. And the rest of it will be clean, serviced, inspected, ready to go, and price point roughly in the 25 range. Yes, a lot of dealers get far more than that for these, especially in this condition, but we're trying to be fair as we can with it, and we had to step up to buy it. I could not just steal it. You know, even though the man had 25 years, he knew what they were worth. So. And I wanted the truck bad because I knew it was nice, I knew it was maintained, I knew it was proper, and it was right down the street. So that will be up for sale. And a little backstory of pricing. Christian, make sure the thumbnail shows this and over window sticker pricing even in 2000, something like that, with a couple little money bags. You guys comment how good he does on the thumbnail. We're working hard on doing better thumbnails because we know that's what catches people's attention, and we're trying to make things a little bit easier for you guys to watch and more exciting. And you got some square bodies to look at today. Christian's behind the camera smirking because he hates it when I put pressure on him. Merchandise should all be caught up.
Yes.
All merchandise is caught up. Alvin's cleaning a W900, and we got a T880 that have just arrived in the tractor trailer world. Came from a good customer and friend. And we did get in a couple more square bodies. We do have a couple square body projects completing. We got a couple customers that'll be receiving theirs, shipping out. And we got a couple updates on just some lot stuff. Thanks, guys. See you in a little bit.